Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 5 of the Tamarack video sew along. In today's video, I'll be walking you through the process of sewing up the darts for the Tamarack jacket. If you haven't yet cut your jacket, head to our previous video for instruction on that. You'll need to have your main fabric, batting, and lining cut in order to complete today's lesson. The original 0 to 18 version of the Tamarack jacket did not include darts, but when redrafting it for our 14 to 30 block, we knew we needed to include them, and to do that, we needed a clever way to reduce bulk and still allow ease while quilting. To do this, as I mentioned in the pattern adjustment video, we started by rotating the dart into the arm side. This reduced the dart take-up and therefore the bulk, but it was still too much fabric to sew into a traditional dart, not to mention the inside didn't look very clean. So we came up with this following method. We'll need to put the darts into all 3 layers of the front: the main fabric, the batting, and the lining. The darts in the main fabric and the lining are going to be sewn as usual, and we have a different technique for the batting. So let's start with the front and the back. To sew the darts, what you're going to do is fold your front piece so the 2 dart leg notches are aligned. And here we have the dart point. So you're going to pin along the dart here. I'm going to place a pin right at the dart point so I know where to stop sewing. Now we've removed the dart take-up, but the way you sew this dart is the exact same as any other dart. You're going to sew from the dart leg notches to the dart point, just a straight line. Now you'll fold the dart of the lining the same way. Align the dart leg notches, and the fold line will hit the dart point. Pin that in place. Then we're going to head over to our machine, and again, sew a straight line from the dart leg notches to the dart point. All right, so what we're going to do is lift our presser foot. We're going to start sewing our dart at the dart leg notches. I am going to back tack, just 1 or 2 stitches there. And then we're just sewing in a straight line to the dart point. And you'll notice at the cutout point, that does hit our 1/2 inch seam line, but you don't want to continue a 1/2 inch seam line along the fold. You just, again, straight from the dart leg notches to the dart point. I do 1 little back tack there. It's up to you if you want to do that, or you can reduce your stitch length, tie a knot, whatever you like to do. Then we're going to do the same thing for the main fabric. Clip your threads, and we'll head over to the iron. Then we're going to need to press our darts. So here I have my main front over a ham. I'm going to press the dart take-up towards the bottom of the jacket. So here you can see, press towards the bottom. And now we need to press the lining. So that I'm going to press towards the shoulder. That way we don't have the 2 dart take-ups laying on top of each other. And there you can see it is pressed towards the shoulder. Now here's where things are a little bit different. On the batting, we don't want to sew these together and then press the dart one way or the other. It's going to create bulk where the batting folds over. If you press it open, it ends up being a little bumpy on the finished jacket. So what we have found works best is here. You can see this is where our dart point is. We're just going to slice from the center of the dart in a straight line just to the dart point. So now that we have our dart cut to the dart point, we're going to take one dart leg notch, overlap the two pieces, and bring the two dart leg notches together. I'm going to place a pin, and then I'm just going to smooth along the double layer and pin the two layers together. Now we're going to head over to the machine and run a line of zigzag stitches down the center, anchoring the two layers together. All right, here we are at the machine, and I've got my stitch set to zigzag. I'm doing sort of a little bit of a wide zigzag, but not too wide. Mine is set on 5. We're just going to sew down the center to the dart point. And I like to go just a tiny bit past the dart point, just to secure that so it doesn't come undone while we're working. Clip your threads. And then what we're going to do, you can see here this overlap, we're going to trim that off. So I just start at the bottom, make sure you don't cut your threads. And I just do this to reduce the bulk. That way, this doesn't sit where the seam allowance of the other darts end. So this is essentially like grading your seam there. So there we have a nice dart. And then on the front, looks like that. Identical on both sides. All right, and that's all there is for sewing the dart. Super easy. Again, the lining pressed towards the shoulder. The batting is flat, and when you feel that, you can feel how unsubstantial that is. And then we have the dart take-up on the main fabric pressed towards the hem. So when we layer those together, there's not just one big piece of dart take-up. All right, so that's all there is to it. You have now created the darts in the front of your jacket, and in our next video, we'll be assembling, basting, and quilting our pieces. Stay tuned for that lesson, and in the meantime, start thinking about how you want your quilting to look on your final jacket. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our video lessons or tutorials. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.